Hello and welcome to the TES Secondary Maths Resource of the Week number 9 with me, Craig Barton. Now make sure you're sitting comfortably for this one because this is an absolute classic. And this is a series of resources that really have transformed the way that I introduced circles and pi and circumference, and also the way I revise them and challenge the students and extend their knowledge. And they're just an absolutely lovely set of resources, and I hope it's not a big anticlimax now when I show you them, and I hope you agree that there's some really good ideas within there. So let's start with this, discovering pi and circumference activities. Now this starts off with a really nice idea that I'm sure you've used before, and that's to get students to actually discover pi for themselves by measuring with a bit of string the circumference of the circle, and then measuring with a ruler the radius and working out the diameter, and then seeing if they can spot how many times bigger the circumference is than the radius and the diameter. And it's a fascinating thing for students when they actually discover that all the measurements and all the numbers are coming out to be the same thing. And I'll just add at this stage, what I like to do sometimes is collecting all the students' answers in this final column and bang them in an Excel spreadsheet and then work out the class average for it, because you'll tend to find some obvious errors in measurement because it's not easy measuring things with string. But I'll tell you what, it's 9 times out of 10 that class average will be pi to quite an accurate amount of decimal places. So once students have kind of discovered pi for themselves, there's then a really nice worksheet here which has been differentiated. So you've got some relatively straightforward questions here on pi, and I really like this, focusing on the calculator keys that need to be pressed and the order they need to be pressed. Then some slightly more challenging in context questions, and then some really tricky ones. I mean, flipping out, look at question 2, which involve parts and wholes of circles. So really nice set of resources there to kick things off. But if you think I'm done there, you couldn't be more wrong, because then that is one workstation. That last worksheet is one of a set of 4 workstations that the children walk around when they're taking on this activity. And here are the other 3. And they're just absolutely phenomenal stuff. So let's go for them. I'm going to build up to my favourite one. So imagine your students in this class. Your group has just finished on that differentiated worksheet, and now you move to this one, which is a series of playing cards. Now I'm not too sure, I must admit, exactly how this runs. Perhaps it's pick a card, any card, and the card you get, you have to answer the question on it. That would be quite nice. Perhaps each child gets 3 cards, I don't know. But what I really like about this is the questions are not straightforward at all. There's questions asking them to describe things to students. I like all this, how would you find this, and which is bigger. It's not just your straightforward questions here. Really nice idea. So that's a good little workstation there with some playing cards. So imagine the students spend maybe 10 minutes on that, and then they take their group off to the next one, and they're faced with this, connect thoughts. Now I love these, I absolutely love these activities, and the instructions are very clear on the top. They take it in turns, and the winner is the first person to get 4 questions correct, either in a vertical row or vertical column I should say, or diagonally. And again, the questions are really well thought out and really challenging. But now is my ultimate favourite thing. I adore a discussion. I adore them because they bring out all the misconceptions that kids have, and it's so important for kids to talk to each other and hear other students talking about mathematics, and these 2 little things really prompt it. So there you get 4 little comments about pi that have been made, and the students have got to decide which is the most valid, which is right, which is wrong. What do you reckon is the best one of those that those 4 people have said there? And then down here, look at this, absolutely brilliant. There's your question, what is the circumference of a circle with a radius 2 centimetres? And there's 4 different answers. And I love this because you've got a bit of 12.56 versus 12.57, 6.28, and then you've got a 12.57 centimetres squared. So it's all the misconceptions are going to be addressed there. And I really like to encourage students not just to discuss it with each other, but after that discussion, then can they summarise their findings? Because communicating in words is so important in mathematics. So look, I'll never teach circumference of circles the same way again, because I absolutely adore these activities, and they've gone down really well every time I've tried them, and I hope they go down well with your students as well. So if you do use them, perhaps pop back onto this video page, and just on the bottom just share your thoughts. What's gone down well, what didn't work so well, what of your own stuff did you add there, what other resources work really well, and then we can all learn from each other. So there you go, circumference of circles. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll be back with a fresh resource of the week next week. Bye for now.